It was a beautiful pictorial that you put together on her behalf. I only wish
I could have shared maybe some funny or embarrassing pictures of her when she was little, but unfortunately, she had custody of all of our family photos, and they all burned up in the fire. So that's why there wasn't a lot of really, really young things. Anyways, I want to thank all of you for being here today to commemorate her or just share in that. Doesn't seem to work
though. Oh, sometimes it does. Okay, we'll try. I'll try my best. But thank you all for being here in person, and thank you to those who wanted to be here in person, but due to weather or other illnesses couldn't be here, and to my brother and his wife Jeanette, who hopefully is FaceTiming with us from Oregon, got snowed out with the weather up north and could not be here as planned last night. I am so out of my element here, standing before you. I do not like being the center of attention, so this is tough for me, and I'm not really one who likes to be a public speaker. That would have been Cora's area of expertise. She, as you know, could command an audience. Her training and experience via her time with Toastmasters made her a great orator. While she was a Toastmaster, I, on the other hand, am a master of toast. I make really good breakfasts. My relationship with Corliss goes way back, some 70 plus years. When I was a baby, Cora accidentally dropped me on my head, and as I did not cry, she thought she had broken me like one of her dolls, and got a bit scared. But then I finally started to yell. She was so relieved, but she still went to tell our mother what had happened and was willing to accept any punishment that might follow. Even then, for her, it was doing the right thing, establishing her need for integrity and a good moral compass. I don't think she liked me telling that. When Cora was about 7 or 8, she got as a gift a green slate chalkboard easel. This was the start of her teaching career. She would plop myself and our brother Alan down on the floor and proceed to conduct class, teaching us our numbers and letters. She would go on to teach for many years, mostly at the high school level and at San Andreas High. She, as we all did in our family, had a love of games, board games and especially card games. She enjoyed Monopoly a lot, but she had to be the top hat and have go in her corner, or she just would not play. The puzzlement for me was, though, how she almost always acquired Boardwalk and Park Place, her prized possessions. But that was probably because she strived for the best for herself at all times, even in Monopoly. We shared a love of pinochle in our family, playing many nights a week with our parents. And as many of you might know, she went on to learn and play bridge at a very high level, along with her bridge partner of many years, David, and some of the other people that made up their team. They used to love to go to regionals and play very high levels of bridge. Hello? Okay. Good. When I was a teen, a time when Corliss met the man to be her husband, she was away from the home, attending UCLA. And I missed her presence. But we stayed connected via letters and the phone. She had me each day become Bob Eubanks, who was the host of the Newlywed Game, writing down the questions each day so that over the phone at night, she and Ron could test themselves to see how they would do. Obviously, I have lots of memories of special moments between us, so I won't bore you with them all. But one comes to mind that really continued on for all time between Corliss and I. She had this special spot on her back. It was a magic button that whenever I pressed it, she would begin to laugh hysterically. And and it always worked. I mean, Ron would try it at times when he learned about it, but it would never work for him. But if I pressed it even right after him, she would just crack up. I even pressed it a couple of nights before her passing. She was aware of what I was doing, and although on this occasion she did not laugh out loud, I saw her smile, and I saw a twinkle in her eye with the recognition of what it meant. Corliss went on to graduate UCLA to be the teacher she dreamed to be. She soon married the love of her life, Ron, and to start a family, their daughter Tamara was born. All the time, Corliss is trying to find her way, find a purpose for being, to give back and improve herself to be the best she could be. When I was 24, I was going through some major trauma of my own, and was ready and contemplating leaving this planet. But before I did, I called my dear sister, my friend, the mother of my dear niece, to be brave enough to let her know. She sensed the distress, trying to calm me down and assuring me that there was nothing I could do that would change her love for me. Tell me what is wrong, she said. She asked me to please come to her. They lived down in San Juan Capistrano at that time, an hour and something away. At that time, probably 10 hours today. I took with me the letter I had written, drove down, picked her up at home without getting out of the car, and we went to the beach to talk, leaving Ron behind working in the yard and Tammy behind playing in the yard. I gave her the letter to read because I was not the orator type, and she read it through, some tears in her eyes, hurting for my hurt as I was sharing with her my coming out as gay, and scared of losing the people in my life that I loved. I'm sorry. She was apologetic and sorry that she had not noticed the distress along the way herself, but reassured me it mattered not to her, and she loved me more for trusting her to share this with. This was a beginning. This was a beginning for her as a counselor. Trust and integrity and respect for someone. And having confidentiality between people was important for her. I took her home, never leaving the car myself, to even play or hug with Tammy, probably the only occasion I never did, or say hi to Ron, emotionally spent and a long drive home. Poor Corliss after that. Oh my God. Ron started, knowing something was amiss, started peppering her with questions about what was wrong. No cell phones back then. So it took a bit before she could get to me and tell me about the situation, because she had told him that she could not share even with him what had transpired. Ron thinking I am dying from some disease, of course. So I gave her permission to share the letter with him to ease his need to understand. It was her promise to keep it confidential I admired, her respect that it was my journey to share and on my time. Corliss always wondered if her teaching time, her methods, her creation of a resiliency curriculum that she created even did anything, and if it mattered. She shared a story with me years ago. She was in a nail salon or a hair salon in Redlands somewhere, I think, when a well-dressed young man entered the salon and went up to her, asking, "Are you Mrs. Serber?" Upon saying yes, the man told her who he was, now a successful job, a family man, and that she had changed the direction of his life back to school. He proceeded to take out his wallet and pulled a frayed 3x5 card out of it that contained the affirmations he had made for himself under Corliss's teachings, telling her he reads them every day. That reinforced her need to know she was making a change. She was of help and service to others. The validation of that was really important to her to continue on in her career. Another start that would get her eventually to the Center of Spiritual Living Beaumont. All of those were stepping stones. She shared with me in the last days that she felt her greatest accomplishment was becoming a spiritual practitioner and being of service to others. I'm sure there'll be others that will be addressing those areas. As you know, Corliss was a doodler all her life, covering every phone book and piece of mail by the phone that ever existed in our homes. She could find, and as many of you know, filled countless volumes of her doodle art. And countless volumes burned up in the fire, luckily, because we wouldn't have known where to store them all these years. So when we're all done with this, we're going to be putting out some of her volumes, her doodle art, some of her artwork, and whatever anybody would like to take as a remembrance of Corliss, we would like you to please do so. Okay? Okay. And the other thing, she took to modern technology, I must say, even more so than I in a lot of ways, and loved her phone. She loved to text, correct? This is the last transcript of the text that she sent to me. All of that, but I would answer back, I love you too. So thank you for listening to my path with Corliss. You know, we all come from a different path. It's just variable where it started. But I thank you for listening to mine. But one more thing. I found this in her belongings as we've been going through everything. And it's from a friend of hers who has since passed away as well. I don't know if he wrote this or just copied it and sent it to her. Friendship. Friends are those people who touch one another's lives and become part of them. Friends are those who learn to share in each other's happiness, in their deepest secrets and their fondest dreams. It takes time to build the kind of trust and respect that makes a friendship a lasting one. Friends are those people who touch each other's hearts and lives and make them brighter and happier each and every day. Thank you for being you.